Hey, what's up? Jared Noble here, and just doing another live for the day. A little later in the day today than I normally was doing it, because I was actually watching my nephew's baseball game, his championship baseball game. So I got this little trophy here and my nephew's picture in honor of his big win today with his team. And so my message for you guys today, for you today, if you're watching this, is winning. All right, it's about well, the title is How to Make It Big as a Music Producer, right? And the reason I talk about winning is, and my nephew's baseball game is because it really starts with the small wins, right? The small wins lead to the big victories. And they're winning this championship game today all started with them starting with the smaller games, right? Winning those little games and leading up to that big game. You know, you don't just show up to the NFL's doorstep or the NBA National Baseball League's doorstep and just expect to put them, in the game right off the bat, right? So you have to go out and get those smaller victories and do all that stuff leading up to those bigger games, right? So really, when it comes to making it big in just about anything, especially as a music producer, it's starting with the smaller victories, the smaller wins, right? And one of the biggest things is really celebrating, taking a moment to really celebrate those small wins and understanding what a small win really looks like for you as a music producer. So what is a small win? A small win could be something as small as playing your song for somebody and having them like nod their head to it and be like, yeah, this is actually really cool. I like this. Having even one person tell you that they enjoy what it is that you're doing is a small win. And you know what? You can chalk that up on the board as a small win, because if one person likes it, then other people may like it as well. All right. Now, granted, family can tend to be biased with this stuff sometimes. So playing it for family and friends, they may be a little bit biased, and you want to get some other people listening, and putting it on, just tossing your music up online sometimes isn't always, it's not always easy to gauge if people are digging it or not. But if you get a comment, right? If you put up a song and somebody leaves you a comment that says they liked it, dope bass line or, awesome lead or something like that, that's a win. That's a win. I would chalk that up as a win, and I would celebrate that all day long. If you get a new fan, you get a new subscriber, if you get a new follower, right? That's a win, right? So celebrate those small wins, right? Because those little victories are what are leading up to those bigger victories later on. Okay, and don't discredit those. Just by putting in that work and putting something out there is definitely putting you in the game. Okay, it's definitely getting yourself out there in that way. I forget. It was one other thing I wanted to mention too about winning, and I can't think of it at the moment, but. That's really where it comes down to in this whole idea of making it big as a music producer, right? So when it comes to producing music, a small victory for you before you even put music out to anybody, a small victory may be just creating your own, programming your own drums, right? And instead of just using some loops for once, it may be sound designing your own bass synth for the first time and like using that in a song. So that could be a small win. You're making progress, right? It's those little steps that lead to that finished track that you can put out and play for people, right? So it's all those small victories and those little steps that lead up to something bigger. All right, and then also having a vision of where you want to be kind of helps too. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to mention for today, was talking about those wins and celebrating my nephew's win with his team today. It was really awesome. I got to watch that through the internet. He's all the way back on the East Coast. They were playing over there on the East Coast, and so I actually got to watch it since I'm out here in LA. And that's the beauty of the internet these days, is that you can connect with people all around the world at any given time of the day. So when it comes to creating those small wins, right? Starting by sharing your music, right? And sharing it with other people, but sharing it in a place where, it's kind of acceptable to share those things. And sharing them on SoundCloud and stuff, it kind of can get lost in the sauce when it comes to that stuff. So connecting with people who have followings is another way to create some momentum for yourself and create another small victory, right? So taking a song that you really like, sharing with somebody who has an audience of their own, right? And if they like it and they want to share it with their audience, and then that may lead to more followers for you and people who are subscribing to yours. A buddy of mine who has a platform called IndieStream, which is a distribution platform, they're helping artists promote their music and everything like that too. he was telling me today about a couple who put out a song recently, and this one song, they put it out through IndieStream's platform. He managed to get it onto some playlists for them, and then after they got on the playlist, what happened was they actually have made somewhere around $8,500 on that one song, just in, I don't know, in a matter of a few months, I believe, because he managed to get it on the playlists where lots of people were listening to those playlists, and they liked that song that they heard, so they clicked and went over, clicked on it, and like went and followed them and listened to more of their stuff. So that was an awesome win for them, right? And for IndieStream, to be able to do that for an artist who's promoting stuff through their platform. All right, so my buddy Dash and those guys over IndieStream are doing really well, and they're definitely doing some big things. So definitely go check them out too if you're looking to promote some music and put it out online and you need some distribution. So yeah, getting the small victories, starting with those small victories and celebrating those small wins. That's definitely going to lead to those bigger wins, and that's really how you start to make it big as a producer. Is you've got to get those small victories. You can't just expect to jump in to the Major League Championship game and put up huge points on the board if you've never even played the first game to begin with. So get that first victory, right? So that's the one thing I would tell you is get that first victory. So figure out what that first victory looks like for you, that one small win, and get that small win. Go for that small win. And then once you've got that first small win, go for the second one, all right? So that is how to make it big as a music producer, and that's my tip for the day. Hopefully you got some value out of that. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and you'll be getting updates whenever I release more videos like this. I'll be doing more live streams and sharing more info with you about music production and creating music, and maybe even some DJing stuff too. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you'd like to see some more, what you'd like to know more about, and I'll definitely share that in the next video. All right, so once again, my name is JR Noble. I want to thank you for taking the time to check this out. You can also check me out at jrnoble.co. I've got some big things in the works that will be coming out soon, so I'm looking forward to sharing those as well. All right, I'll talk to you again soon. Later.